What would you do if you knew exactly when your life would end? Would you want to find out? That's exactly what the characters in The Measure by Nikki Erlick have to grapple with. Let's see how they do. Hi, I'm Amanda, and this is Spineless Books, your one-stop shop for all things audiobook. So in The Measure by Nikki Erlick, immediately at the beginning of the book, a box drops on the doorstep of every adult in the world, and in that box is a length of string. Now that string will tell you how long you will live. So immediately there's a conflict. Do you look? Do you not? What happens if you get a short string? What if your string is really long? What does it mean when suddenly everyone in the world can learn exactly how long they're going to live? I mean, this is a masterful conflict right out of the gate, and you follow several characters to see what they experience when this crazy world situation unfolds. So the book follows a variety of different characters negotiating the aftermath of this sudden life change. So what happens? What if you and your family members don't have the same length strings? What if you have a love in your life and your strings are vastly different? What if you just find out suddenly you have hardly any string left? So Nikki Erlick truthfully hides an existential crisis in a fiction novel, but there are so many questions. She considers everything. What is the social impact of this happening? What is the emotional impact of this happening? What is the mental health impact of this happening? What is the political impact of this happening? This book is fascinating because she looks at this from all sides and she really covers all of her bases. So even though you're listening to a fiction story, you're also really in a weird way hearing philosophy because it gives you just so many parameters to consider. I mean, literally she hits every possibility. It's kind of incredible. Here's what the book did really well. It gets you inside of the head of every single one of the characters. Now, there were definitely characters who were not my cup of tea, not in the way they were written, just in the personality and the perspective that they take in the book. But even if I didn't really care about somebody or more like side with someone, I definitely understood where they were coming from. So there was a very clear objective for every character in this story. And honestly, it made me, again, think a lot because even if there was someone who was doing something completely different from what I would have done in this situation, and I mean, not to say that I know what I would do, but a lot of the characters who made what I would kind of say were disagreeable decisions from my perspective, I understood their rationale. And I may not have agreed with it, but I knew why they were doing it. And that to me was masterful. Now, the book is narrated by Julia Whelan. Julia Whelan's a very popular audiobook narrator. I would say I've probably listened to at least 5 books in the last year that she narrated. Now, she does a fantastic job of altering her cadence and her vocal inflection, and she changes her voice a little bit when a character is male or female, and she changes the pace at which she speaks, but she doesn't really overdo it. She does a great job of basically keeping it like pretty much herself, and she adds a lot to a story. With that being said, there's just something about her that for some reason I don't love. I don't know if it's the sound of her voice. It's not the way she narrates. I think she's excellent, but regardless of the fact that she's not probably the person I would choose if I were to write a book, which I doubt will ever happen, but regardless, I think she adds a lot to this story. I think she does a great job of enhancing each of the characters and the way that they speak and really putting emotion into the way that they're feeling in this crazy situation. So here's the bottom line. I wouldn't want to be in the situation these characters are in. I'm really glad that the boxes with the strings are not here in our lives because I don't know what I would do, but I do know that by listening to this story, I definitely thought a lot about it. It really made me reflect. It made me think about what's valuable in life, and it made me kind of wonder, what if we could know this information? Would I want to know? I don't know. So Nikki Erlick, thank you. You have given me a whole lot to think about. And honestly, I'm kind of fascinated with this idea now. So I highly recommend this one. It's a big thinker, but it's also entertaining. And to me, that's a really good fiction book. So thanks, Nikki Erlick. You nailed it. Now remember, you might love what I hate and hate what I love. So make your own opinion. But thanks for listening to mine. See you next time.